6 o'clock on the dot. I want to do this vid before I leave my home. I was gonna make it. I like to get a cup of coffee or have a smoke while I do my vid. You know what I mean? And today I happen to do it on my balcony before I leave. Let me check my face mask. I rushed a little bit. I think we look straight. You know, I got the 6 chains on. And I got my pink. I'm in the pink mode today. What we got? I got my look. I got number 23. How you like it? Feeling blue, but I got number 23. When I say feeling blue, the heart feels blue a little bit, but I still got my number 23. Who knows? I'm sure you guys know what that means. This LeBron James number, the king. See, the king right there. I'm wearing that face mask today, just rocking it. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So since we're doing this vid, shout out to LeBron, man. I love your shoes, your basketball sneakers, man. There's no lying in me. People that know me, they know I have a code: family, friendship, and business. So there's no lying in me. My whole life, of course, I put my Jordans. I'm a fan of Jordans. I can't lie. Jordans are the number one sneakers. It's in the Guinness World Book of History. So Jordan, to beat Jordan, I don't think it could be done. But Michael Jordan sneakers is my fave, and I could vouch my second pair of sneakers I like, basketball sneakers that I like. My whole life, I had many sneakers. I remember some, but I used to like my Barclays, you know, to an extent. Ewings to an extent in my youth. But my Jordans I always love. You know, you know what I mean. Jordan is like in a culture. It's like it's a culture now. Jordans. Your first pair of Jordans, you never forget. So when you have a son, especially a son, or even a daughter, the first thing you do is get them their first pair of Jordans, and that's going to remain in their brain. That's a completely. It has to be done. The first pair of Jordans for your son, especially, you got to get them their first pair of Jordans. You know, and you can take a flick, whatever. That's something they never forget. All right, back to LeBron James. So my whole life, my favorite is Jordan. So I fell in love. My second pair of shoes that I fell in love with would be the LeBron James. It was my second fave in my life. There's 2 pairs of LeBron James that I fell in love with. That was in the Queen Center Mall. I knew the manager there, and I picked out LeBron James sneakers just came out. I bought a pair of Jordans that day, and I saw LeBron James sneakers, and I was thinking about LeBron James, and so I bought the black, yellow, and white one, and I bought a gray one. Oh man, what I did with that gray one, man! Wore it night and day, for a year or more, night and day in all terrain weather. The gray piece. I have the black, yellow, and the white one in my bedroom right now, but it needs a little bit of work. I'm gonna take it to the shoe shop. You know what I mean? I just want to keep it because it brings back memories of when I discovered the sneakers. The gray one, forget about it. It was impossible to keep it, you know, because I wore it out. But this one, I'm gonna get it fixed hopefully, and hopefully we do a vid about it. But LeBron James is my whole life. Of course, Jordans. Of course, we all can vouch for our Jordans. It's memorabilia. It's you know what I mean? It's historical, your first pair of Jordans. Especially for our sons and for our daughters, you know, especially our sons. We have to get them their first pair of Jordans, you know. They never forget it. And my brother never forgot his first pair of Jordans. I never forgot my first pair of Jordans. So we could all remember our first pair of, what do they call it? J's. According to who? Nelly, to my knowledge? When he talks about his J's? Or was it, I forgot his name. First pair of J's. I think it was Nelly or... Who was it, Nelly? Who was it? Jermaine Dupri, maybe? It could have been Jermaine Dupri. Yeah, first pair of J's. I really forget. You know, you got to remember it, you know? So, okay, back to LeBron. So his second pair of sneakers, my favorite sneakers would be from LeBron James. The first pair, of course, Jordan. So shout out to LeBron. You got it like that, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Jay-Z, because Jay-Z mentioned you, and Jay-Z mentioned you. I mean, LeBron James, you already have a big name, but shout out to Jay-Z, you know, you know what I mean? Because he did mention you, and people that don't keep up with sports like that, when you have like myself, he gave you. I mean, of course, I mean, when he mentioned you, and then I started studying a little bit about you. I started hearing about you because I don't keep up with sports like that. In my youth, I used to watch sports. Like I'm a fan of what I remember in my youth. I know Larry Bird. I know Shaquille O'Neal. I know who else? Michael Jordan, of course. Spud Webb. Patrick Ewing. I mean, these are big time names. I mean, in my prime, I used to keep up with sports a little bit. But now in this age, the only basketball player that I know right now is going to be LeBron James. I don't keep up with. I don't watch sports. I don't keep up with it. And that's the only basketball player that I know right now. Will be LeBron James. And his face is and I could recognize his face to an extent. And thanks to Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z mentioned LeBron James in one of his songs. And but and then when I seen these sneakers, what I'm saying, and Jay-Z, to my knowledge, I heard LeBron James is a Freemason as well, and so I fell in love with his sneakers when I saw it, and there it was comfy. It was just my favorite sneakers after my Jordans. It's historical in my life. No lying in me. I can vouch for that. That gray sneakers, I was just in love with it, yo. The gray ones, man. I wore them for a year or more. All terrain weather in New York, in slush, snow, sleet, hail, in fucking puddles, dude. All year round. Yo, it was impossible to keep them joints. Over a year, I'm telling you, I rocked them, man. All terrain weather, every fucking day. But this yellow and black and white one, I didn't wear that much. I got that here. I need some work on it. I'm gonna get it fixed. And shout out to LeBron James. You got it like that, dude. That caught my attention, man. I mean, yo, I'm telling you, man. Jordan is gonna be Jordan. We gotta take off our hats for Jordan. I didn't take a shave, so I didn't shave my head, so I'm a little bit shy to take off my hat. But Michael Jordan, you don't need me to tell you that. You know what I mean? That's gonna be impossible. But LeBron James, yo, I'm telling you, man. I mean, there's so many basketball shoes out there, yo. But in my life, you know what I mean? Your basketball shoes are hot, yo. I love those sneakers, man. I bought the 2009 Jordans that day. When I went to the Queens at the mall. I got them right here. And then I bought 2 pairs of your kicks right after. I'm just telling you, LeBron James, you the man.